My hair looks all weird today because it's like I just got out of the shower and then I realized this news dropped, so it like hasn't even poofed yet, but like whatever. What's up, everybody? I'm back. Welcome to a brand new video, and today we're going to be doing another Godzilla King of the Monsters news and updates. Chapter times in the description below. Skip to whichever story you want. You're going to probably skip to the end, but that's alright. Starting out, we're going to show off some art from GNA. This is his Godzilla Happy New Year's art featuring the 1954 Godzilla, Shin Godzilla, Godzilla 2019, and of course, Godzilla Earth. We also have one from, Garupit Sai? Is that how you say that sign? Is that how you say that name? Garupit Sign? Is Ghidorah New Year's art pretty cool. We have one from Premature Illness Rider X Kai, who did a really cool Godzilla 2019 standing in front of what looks like a pagoda firing his atomic breath. That's great. I love that guy's art. It's always so good. We have one from Write a Book, that's an interesting name, who did a Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah art. This one's pretty cool. All hand drawn. I believe Alan Maxon is a fan of this one, as seen on Twitter, so that's awesome. Julius Bridgeforth? Is that how you say that? Bridgeforth. Julius Bridgeforth. I think I mess that guy's name up every time I try and say it. He gave us some awesome Godzilla King of the Monsters art featuring Godzilla fighting King Ghidorah with the red spiral ray. Mothra's there, Rodan's there. It looks awesome. This isn't actually quite what I expect to see at the end of the movie. I don't think that Mothra and Rodan are going to be totally involved in the final battle, but I do think the red spiral ray is probably going to show up. Not to say that this isn't amazing art, because it is, but I'm just saying in terms of if I'm predicting something like this will happen, probably not quite how it will happen, but this does seem like something that we could easily see in the movie. Diddy Kane did a Godzilla vs. Mothra drawing, and or whatever this is this like a painting? I don't know, but it looks amazing. Like, this straight up looks like it's from the movie. Remember when I said that every shot in the King of the Monsters trailer looks like a painting? Well, this is what I meant. Like, look at this. This looks so accurate. This is clearly inspired by the shot of Godzilla standing off against King Ghidorah in trailer 2, but no, this looks amazing. I love the Mothra here. She looks inspired by the Mothra flying through the clouds. That's really cool. I love Godzilla here. I love the art style. I love the colors. I love how it's shaded. Everything here just looks so good. This is a really amazing art piece. I wanted to save it for last. We have a Monarch picture. Sort of. It's not actually a Monarch picture. This one's one of the ones that has been submitted, although it hasn't actually been like fully approved by Monarch yet. This one was submitted by Psychotic Sketches. It is a Ghidorah Stormcloud picture. Obviously this one's not real, but yeah, you have I believe a photoshopped image here of a Stormcloud in the distance, and then you have the Ghidorah silhouette in it. It looks very similar to the actual real Monarch sightings that we got all over the Monarch website. This looks just like the ones they were doing, so I think it would be a really cool move for them to feature this, because this one goes a little bit further than the other ones, right? The other ones, it's like there's a blue light in the sky or something like that. This one goes a little bit further than those ones and actually shows which monster it is, which is really cool. Great job, Psychotic Sketches. I hope Monarch does feature this one. This one I'm rooting for. Tanaka Studios has been giving us some big reveals here recently with, or at least kind of big reveals, right? With their Godzilla 2019 sculpt, which they have posted a video on Twitter of them working on. They're fleshing it out. Looks pretty cool so far. We know that Tanaka Studios is just amazing. Their sculpts are so good. The biggest downfall Tanaka Studios has is that their resin kits, they don't come painted. You have to buy and assemble them and then paint them yourself. If you're untalented like me, you're never going to be able to get away with this. You're never going to be able to buy one of these guys and paint it accurately. These guys run typically like $500 minimum, and then you have to pay another like $200 to get them painted. That's like $700 just to get the figure in the way that it's advertised. It's not worth it, at least in my opinion. Some people might think it is, but the sculpt looks amazing here. Of course it always is. Tanaka Studios has much more depth than X Plus ever has, than SH Monster Arts ever has, certainly than Neko or Bandai ever have. They're incredible. Their statues looks great, although this one's, you know, still in the sculpting phase, so they're not done with it. But I do love how Tanaka Studios hand sculpts everything. They always show that on Twitter. They show the process of how they make tank these guys. Really cool. They're the only company I can think of that does that. So in addition to that Godzilla, they showed off some pictures of Rodan, which kind of gives us a great look at Rodan's design. Sadly though, it's not really fleshed out because this is clearly just the sculpt, right? They're not finished with it, but you can see Rodan here. They posted 4 pictures of Rodan. They look really good. They're all gray. This isn't painted. This isn't the promotional material yet. We'll probably have to wait a few more months to get that. I'd say around March, April is when they'll start showing the full designed figures. As it stands, I don't actually expect to see these guys finished for a while. They'll probably tease Ghidorah here in the next few days or weeks, and then Mothra will be right there with him. But overall, yeah, this one looks pretty cool. We don't get a sense of scale, but I'm sure it'll be pretty big, so I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see what comes of it. All right, this is the big one, boys and girls. There's some girls who watch this channel too. Michael Doherty posted a picture on Twitter giving us a full great reveal of Ghidorah and the Super X. You know, it's not confirmed to be the Super X, but I'm like 99.99% sure that's the Super X. And if it's not, I'm not going to be upset because, like, who cares? It's a prediction that I got wrong. But if it is the Super X, hell yeah, that's awesome. So he posted this picture on Twitter with the caption, "And upon his heads, the name of blasphemy." It's a quote from Revelations 13:1. More Bible quotes for you. That's pretty much what he does with these guys. He's trying to create that connection between myth and God. He's been talking about that for a while. Really cool. No, I love this picture. I think it's awesome. The atmosphere of it, the scale of it looks great. I believe that's poor old Richard Dorton's Ghidorah head who got covered up by the Super X here, but other than that, they look really cool. We can't really get a good look at the differences between the heads, although this does show off the differences that the poster showed in terms of, you can definitely see here that one of the heads, I think Richard Dorton's head, has these straight horns, the other heads have curved horns, and then you can see that Jason Lyle's head, the center head, has 2 rows of spines going down its neck, whereas the other heads only have 1. If you're wondering when this happens in the movie, I'm not sure. I believe it's upon Ghidorah's release from the ice, and this will probably be the continuation of the shot we saw from the SDCC trailer. Of course, we do know from the SDCC trailer that there was a giant jet flying directly towards Ghidorah. We did identify that jet as the same jet that we saw in the Rodan pictures. So yes, this is the same jet. This is the same scene. I do believe it's the same scene anyways, where you got the Ghidorah standing all silhouetted. It's storming around him. The rain's coming down, and then you have the Super X flying at him. I think that's what we're seeing here. It looks awesome. I think this picture looks great. I think what's going to happen here is Ghidorah's going to like kneel down and attack it, because obviously when we saw it flying at him in trailer 1, he was much bigger than the jet. It was way lower on him than his heads. Also, if you pay attention close here in the background, you can see Ghidorah's tail, so that's fun. And then you can also see the wings, the wingspan. It looks like his left wing, so that's our right, is much more curved upward than his right wing, which is seems pretty straight out there. That's all I have to say about this picture though, and that's all I have to say in this episode. It looks awesome. Let me know what you guys think down below, please. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. D-Man out. Brendan Channel looks just like the kid who played Ben 10 in Ben 10 Rage Against Time. What?